So apparently Gen Z is lying on job applications. There's actually a headline floating around right now from a website called Worklife. Gen Z is lying on their resumes and job applications. And it's not why you think, except it is why you think. I mean, have you seen the job market right now? I don't blame them, do you? This entire article from Worklife here is just a bunch of corporate propaganda, and it focuses exclusively on how Gen Z is lying on their resume. But the truth is, everyone is, and they have been. I mean, thousands of resumes out there only to get Casper the Friendly Ghost in return. Underpaid positions looking for people with a PhD and 10 years experience in a skill that was only invented 1 year ago. It's ridiculous. So people are doing whatever they can to get to the interview because that's what matters. They say they did a 1,000 person survey and 47% of them were Gen Z, and they admitted to lying. People lie on the resume and job application because the people posting the job ad might not even be the ones hiring you. They might not even know what the job actually entails. Half the requirements were probably copied and pasted from some other posting. And with all the ATS systems and AI filters out there now, if your resume doesn't match their list word for word, an algorithm will put your resume in the trash before you ever have a chance to explain. So, like any smart person applying to jobs, you do what you can to get to the conversation because you can generally explain a lot over the phone or in an interview that you'll never get the same time of day to clarify when you just click apply. So, you're going to tell them exactly what they want to hear, and if that's a lie, then go ahead. Because another thing they don't mention at all, I never see this, is that companies lie too on job applications all the time. It goes both ways. They won't talk about how the job description often has nothing to do with what you'll actually be doing once you get there. They don't tell you that their culture is a paint-by-numbers copy of every other corporate mission statement. It might say opportunities for growth, and that usually just means you can do more work for the same pay. They might say we're like a family. We've all seen that in the job description. The dysfunctional kind, though, that you can't escape, where your dad's the CEO and HR is your evil stepmom and your annoying cousin Chad is now your manager because he's been there longer. They might say competitive salary. What that really means is they just compete to see how little they can offer you. Or maybe they list unlimited PTO, which really means only if you never take it. Sure, it's unlimited, but the second you request a Friday, Karen from accounting will start questioning if you're fully committed to the team. It might even say this is a permanent position until they restructure the entire company in 6 months. And they knew they were going to do that the entire time they were looking for someone to fill this role. And my favorite one that I see a lot in job postings are, we're financially stable on our own, blah, blah, blah. And that's usually said right before announcing layoffs. But instead of addressing any of that, they're coming up with this new thing called skills-based hiring, where essentially it's just a way for companies to skimp on training you because that costs money. And this should help more people get hired because it's based on what you can do when you get to the job. Sounds good, right? They want people to hit the ground running. Basically, companies are just looking for young, cheap, fully trained, and desperate enough people to accept a salary that wouldn't even cover rent in 1998. And the entire time, they act like they're doing you a favor. There's actually a statistic in the article here that's hilariously dumb. Right here it says, Flex Jobs found that 19% of respondents fake enthusiasm for company missions. So you're telling me that the other 81% are genuinely passionate about leveraging synergies to enhance shareholder value? If 19% was the real number, LinkedIn wouldn't exist. Every all-hands-on meeting proves the truth. It's not 19%, it's 99%. The real headline for this article should have been companies lie on job postings every day. But let's yell at Gen Z so no one notices. In my opinion, if employers can just bait and switch roles all the time for urgent openings that have been reposted for years, then Gen Z lying on a resume is a non-issue. It's just playing the same game companies invented. And they even try to scare you into not lying on your resume with some horrible logic here. Workers sometimes feel they need to stretch the truth to meet job market pressures and expectations from prospective employers. No, they're not stretching the truth. They're just doing whatever it takes to get to an interview with a human. You gotta love all these career experts that probably haven't had to apply for jobs in forever. And my favorite is that it's from Flex Jobs here. You know, that remote website that just takes a whole bunch of other remote jobs posted everywhere else on the internet for free and then charges you to view them. You can go find the same job on Indeed that Flex Jobs has listed for you, but Flex Jobs is going to make you pay. Now it says the risks of dishonesty are severe. Research from reference checking firm Checkster found that 7 in 10 recruiters would not hire candidates who lied on resumes, even with a good reason, while more than 3 in 5 would reject applicants providing false references. I have a feeling that that's total nonsense because recruiters usually do whatever it takes to get their money. They don't care if you're lying on the resume. They're just trying to get their bag. I mean, have you seen what these recruiters do? They'll say something like, well, I need your commitment today. If I can get you in today, I need you to have it right now, ready to go and join. They're so pushy. I don't think they actually care if you lie on the resume or not. They just want to make a living. So this is just fear-mongering. The people that write these articles don't have to deal with the market that they write about. It's more fear-mongering here. People may feel compelled to stretch the truth, but doing so can have negative consequences, as employers will eventually figure out that you are not completely honest in how you represented yourself. The company really doesn't care unless you're taking money away from their bottom line. Honestly. They're not going to be like, wait, hold on. You said you had 3 years experience and you only had 2 years, 11 months. Get out of here. No, they're going to care about if you can do the work and hit the bottom line or not. In other words, he adds, job seekers should remember that while the pressure to find work may be real, providing employers with authentic versions of their career story is the most honest bet. So even though you have bills and stuff, and it wasn't your fault you got fired from the last job you had because they did a massive round of layoffs, now you have a job gap, you should still be honest and just leave it on there. Keep applying. Keep getting put in the trash, too. Just like where this article belongs. Shouldn't companies also do the same, though? Provide authentic descriptions of what their job and culture is actually like? But they won't do that, because that's how the game is played. They focus on the employees, not what companies are doing. Anyways, while 10% stretched employment dates to cover in unemployment gaps. I mean, let's think again. Why do people do that? Because you're going to go straight to the garbage. In an effort to avoid being overlooked, or rank higher with ATS scanners, or be the perfect fit for a role, many are resorting to embellishments for the sake of staying competitive. Many HR leaders are rethinking their approach entirely, advocating for skills-based hiring that focuses on capabilities rather than traditional credentials. So now instead of having to train you or give you anything at all, they just want you to come in and be able to do the job. Skills-based hiring saves us money on training. Add in the rise of influencers openly encouraging others to lie on their resume. It's no surprise that many Gen Z job seekers feel tempted to exaggerate their own career stories. I mean, do you not have bills? Have you ever done everything you could just to work and get by and still told no? Well, I guess not, because that's the real world. You're not doing anything wrong. You're just doing what you can to talk to someone so that you can explain yourself. Or maybe not. Maybe they don't ask any questions, and you just roll with it. That's what I do. And as long as you're increasing their bottom line, they're not really going to do anything about it, unlike what this article says. They'll find you out eventually. They won't care as long as you didn't break any laws. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Would you lie on your resume? Sorry, exaggerate the truth, embellish. Oh, and by the way, if you need a resume, then check out my website, joshuafluke.store. Link for that is down in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to see me call out more corporate nonsense like this. And if you have anything you'd like me to showcase on the channel, you can email me, Instagram, Discord, however you'd like to do it. The links for all of that are down in the description. But having said all that, I hope everyone's doing really well, and I'll see you in the next one.